Hey, it's AT time. My name is Ron Freeman, and today on Animation Trainers, we're going to continue with part 5 in our series here called My Animation Journey, in which I discuss what made me want to become an animator and how I got to where I am today. And to make sure you don't miss any of the other videos in this series or any of the other videos that we post here on Animation Trainers, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and switch the notification bell to all. And check out the links in the description below to our website and to our Patreon page, where you can learn animation with me online for only $2 a week. As I mentioned in the previous video in this series, which you can check out here in case you missed it, I had managed to talk my way into an unpaid internship at a small animation studio in North Hollywood called the Hollywood Cartoon Company. We were working for Turner Feature Animation on The Pagemaster, starring Macaulay Culkin, Christopher Lloyd, Whoopi Goldberg, Frank Welker, Leonard Nimoy, and Patrick Stewart. I would shoot pencil tests whenever they needed them, and in the meantime be working on my own stuff, learning the craft, sitting in the back office with Jennifer Stillwell, who I remember at the time was doing cleanup on Richard Williams' The Thief and the Cobbler. Jennifer is actually now an animation instructor herself at Otis College of Art and Design. We were animating and having a great old time when we received some bad news. David Kirshner, who was the head of Turner Feature Animation, had made the decision not to farm out huge chunks of rough animation to outside studios any longer. With no other steady work lined up, the studio had no choice but to shutter. I chose to get into animation because I believed it had the most longevity of any performance career in the entertainment industry, which I've spoken about in previous videos. So it was a little unsettling to find myself without a home again after having been there such a short period of time. But that was my first lesson into the transitory nature of the entertainment industry. The thickening of the skin was underway. Skip Jones, Linda Miller, John Hooper, Matt Bates, and Chad Stewart all went in-house to Turner Feature Animation to work on their next animated feature film, Cats Don't Dance, starring Scott Bakula, Jasmine Guy, and featuring choreography by the dance legend of stage and screen, Gene Kelly. This project would be the last thing he worked on prior to his passing. In fact, the only people who did not go in-house to Turner Feature Animation were Jennifer and myself, and Mark Cotier and Mark Pudliner, who instead got jobs at Disney Feature Animation, animating on a little movie you might have heard called The Lion King. Comment quiz! If you could go back in time and work on any animated feature film in history, which one would it be and what would you want to do on it? Personally, I would love to go back in time and work under marcdavis on Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty. But what about you? I'd love to know in the comments below. Remember, all the cool kids comment. Meanwhile, I wasn't sure what to do next. I hadn't been animating long enough to build up a demo reel that was good enough to go get a job in the animation industry as an animator. When I checked the places that listed animation jobs, I saw a posting that Rich Animation Studios was looking for cleanup artists for their next animated feature film, The Swanprincess. I had never done cleanup before, and so I wasn't sure how to proceed. But as it turned out, Mark Pudliner had been a lead cleanup artist at Don Bluth Studios and said he'd be happy to explain the principles of cleanup animation to me. He demonstrated for me the use of thick and thin line work in order to be able to delineate what objects are meant to be in front of or behind another object in a two-dimensional image. Apparently, I took to it like a duck to water because I submitted my samples to Rich Animation Studios and they offered me a job as a cleanup artist on The Swanprincess. And because they were a union studio, I was now a member of the Motion Picture Screen Cartoonists Local 839, now known as the Animation Guild, and making $840 a week. Considering this was 1993, that pans out to $1,832 a week in 2024 dollars. Not bad for a kid who never stepped foot into a college classroom until he was teaching one. So there I was, doing cleanup animation on a major animated feature film for a union studio. And I was happy until I wasn't. In the next episode, I will talk in more detail about what it was like working at a large union studio and the next steps in my animation journey. And so to make sure you don't miss that video in this series or any of the other videos that we post here on Animation Trainers, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and switch that bell. Or better still, have you checked out our Patreon page? Come join us for our 1-hour weekly live feedback and over-the-shoulder animation sessions at patreon.com/animation trainers. You too can join our students, our trainees, and our beloved patrons who have my eternal thanks for their support of this channel. Or would you prefer to have a private session with me where we can discuss how to improve your animation skills working with me directly one-on-one? Then please visit our website at animationtrainers.com and schedule a session with me. My name is Ron Friedman, and I hope that we will see you for our next video here at Animation Trainers. In the meantime, keep it moving.